Firstly, I want to congratulate you for clicking on this video. You have just made the very first step to working on yourself and creating change to stop feeling overwhelmed in life, work, school, a relationship, or anything else that you may be experiencing. I want you to know that it is very normal and it is okay to feel overwhelmed at times, but you shouldn't be going through most of your life feeling this way. Today, I'll be sharing with you guys realistic and easy steps to work through what you're feeling, create a better mindset, and finally take action. If you're new here, my name is Rhonda and welcome to my YouTube channel. So let's get started. To feel overwhelmed is to be overcome completely in mind or feeling. That could mean that whatever you're thinking or feeling is taking up all the space in your mind and causing you to feel cloudy, down, alone, and unmotivated. The first thing you can do to process these thoughts and emotions is to audit your internal dialogue. Listen to what you're saying to yourself and how you're saying it. For example, are you saying to yourself,
"Go to work. You should be grateful that you even have a job."
I should stay in this relationship because my partner needs me to help them.
"If I don't clean or cook, I'm a bad housewife."
Can you see the tone and how saying this to yourself would make you feel? Talking to yourself in shame, guilt, and being passive aggressive is only going to make you feel smaller and more helpless. To overcome this, you need to shift your internal dialogue to be more positive, caring, and compassionate. So think of it like you're talking to yourself the way you would talk to your best friend. And if you think of it this way, that makes sense. You should be your own best friend because you're the person you spend the most time with. So the next time you're about to go out and do something that makes you nervous or a little bit anxious, say to yourself, "You've got this. You go, girl." Can you feel and hear how empowering that is compared to talking to yourself in shame and guilt? I want you to start auditing and listening to your current internal dialogue. I want you to start shifting your internal dialogue and talking to yourself like you're your best friend. Working on your internal dialogue will take time. So while you're doing that, I want you to validate and acknowledge your emotions. It's normal to feel lost and overwhelmed, and everyone goes through this. So I want you to feel and accept your emotions, and most importantly, understand that they will pass. If you don't acknowledge your emotions and tuck them inside a little box all the way in the back of your head, as soon as something small triggers you, that box will open and you will instantly feel overwhelmed again. In order for you to move past these emotions, you need to understand why you are feeling this way. Some ways for you to work through what you're feeling include journaling or even talking to yourself out loud, meditating, getting some movement in, and grounding yourself in nature. I won't dive deep into how to meditate and journal because I'm sure there are many resources out there for you to find. I just want you to experiment with each of them and find what works best for you and helps you shift into a more positive emotion. If you feel like it is selfish to take some time for yourself, trust me, it's not. If you have made it this far, I want you to know how amazing you are. You are putting in the work to be a better version of yourself. If you are still feeling overwhelmed, then maybe it's time for some tough love. I want you to be honest and ask yourself, are you playing a victim? Is this a cycle that happens over and over again and you're just being a victim to it? If you are, then it's time to take some action in order to start feeling better. I want you to grab a piece of paper, draw a line straight through the middle, and write down 2 categories: what you can control and what you can't control. And then simply write down anything and everything that you're thinking of or feeling into their respective categories. It's as simple as that, guys. Things that you can't control should not take up any space in your mind. You should only be focusing on the things that you can control and change. Now it's time to take action. I want you to look at your list of things that you can control and change and start prioritizing them, creating little action steps, or even just write a to-do list. Remember, we're doing whatever feels easy for you. Don't overcomplicate it if it makes you feel more overwhelmed. Just do what feels easy. Sometimes a simple to-do list is all you need, and crossing things off is what gives you the most satisfaction. Personally, the way I like to organize my tasks when I'm feeling overwhelmed is by using the Eisenhower decision matrix. Now, before you click off, let me explain. It's a lot easier than it sounds. Using the decision matrix, you can see what is urgent, not urgent, important, and not important. Easy as that. Those tasks that are not important to you can either be delegated or deleted. Learning to delegate tasks and delete the tasks that don't need your attention allows you to free up more time and energy to do better things. See, it wasn't that hard, guys. Now, another tip to getting things done is to time block. This is something that is still new to me, and I'm currently learning how to put it into practice and implement it. With time blocking, you are allocating a certain time for that task or activity. If you use a calendar or a daily diary, I want you to write down how long you're going to allow yourself to do that task. Parkinson's law says that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. So if you guys ever remember back when we had assignments and we have 4 weeks to do it, we would take the entire 4 weeks to do it. Or even we would do it at the very end. So if you don't give yourself a time limit or a deadline to complete your action steps, then you won't do it. That's where time blocking comes in. You're giving yourself a time limit to complete the task, and you're going to give it your all to try to complete it in that set time. Don't be ridiculous and just give yourself 10 minutes. Be realistic, but challenge yourself. It will take practice, and I'm still figuring it out as well. But over time, you will realize how long you actually need to get stuff done. You did it! You have reached the end. And I truly hope that you feel empowered, motivated, and higher vibe. This is how I like to get myself out of those periods of overwhelm. And I promise to you that it does get better with time. I hope that you can go back to this video as a reminder and for when you need some guidance to get back on track and feel better. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any other tips on how to feel less overwhelmed, or if you're currently using time blocking and have any tips on that. It would be so amazing if we could make this a safe place for all of us to grow together and share our tips. I'm going to love and leave you now. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in my next video.